Welcome to Retired Time Productions.
So this is the new Magix Movie Edit Pro Plus 2021. Just came out a little while ago, and it has some great features, but what I wanted to show you here was how to analyze a possible video for green screen, or to see if a video might be green screen. And green screen basically is an effect where you can place objects or other video elements on top of another video, and it's called chroma key quite a bit. And this particular program, Magix Movie Edit Pro, does have chroma key right here, so you could make your own green screen. But I'm not going to be making my own green screen. What I'm going to be doing is actually analyzing another video to see if it's green screened. So here we have this is down in DC, I guess near the White House or whatever, and we're just going to analyze this video and see what's going on. Okay, so let's just take a look at the subject. Here is the subject. Now, I don't know if this is who it looks like, but we'll just call this guy the subject. Won't worry about who he is, but he's walking up. Now, my premise is that this back here is actually a movie that's projected onto a green screen, or in other words, he's actually in front of a green screen, and then a video, and then he is placed on top of another video. I don't know if that makes sense, but in other words, he'd be like a cutout because he's green screened, and then you can take that cutout and place it onto another video using the chroma key, which takes out all the green around him. So did I explain that right? I hope so. So the chroma key that we discussed earlier that's built into this program, you can do that. Click the green button, and if the subject is on a green background, it'll take out all the green and make that invisible, and then you can place that subject on top of a previous video. And that's what I think is going on here. And why do I think that? Well, for one reason, you can see how crisp the image of the subject is compared to what's right next to him. This looks a little fuzzy here, and you might say, well, it's out of focus, right? Because it's behind him. But here now it's in front of him. It's still out of focus. Beside him it's still out of focus, this manhole cover. And it remains out of focus, even though he remains sharp. And we know that with autofocus cameras, that when he got next to the manhole cover, that should come into focus well. So I don't think it's a focus problem. It's just the first hint this might be green screened. Another thing you can keep in mind is you can see shadows on the vehicles right here. You can see shadows on the people, like this woman back here in the background. As she's walking, if you look real close, there's a shadow right here at her feet. Let's actually zoom in on this. All right, so we can see it a little bit better. Now you can see a little shadow there by her feet, and you can see it moving along. But where's the subject's shadow? He doesn't seem to have one. Well, you might say it's down here. Maybe we can't see it because his feet are covered up. But if you go to the end here, here's another guy. Say he's actually standing a little bit closer than the subject actually started back here. So we know this guy's in that field of view where the subject was, and he doesn't have a shadow either. Even though the car has a shadow, some of these people back here have a shadow. You might recognize this woman right here. She looks familiar to me. I don't know who she is, but, you know, she just looks familiar. And you can see she's got a shadow right there. And I'm just scrubbing through the video with my cursor. And you can see that shadow. So there's shadows all around, except for the people that I suspect are green screen or in front of a green screen. They won't have a shadow because they got the full studio lighting that keeps everything an even lux or whatever around them, an even amount of light around them. so there's no shadowing. So those are just a few things to start with, but the big thing is as the subject is walking up towards these people here, which I think are supposed to be the press or, reporters, he starts walking up, and okay, there's a problem right there. You might think, well, his hand just went in front of the microphone right there. That's kind of strange. But you might say, well, maybe that's just they stuck the microphone in his gut or something. I don't know. But as you move forward a little bit more, check out this microphone here. Now, as that comes over, it actually goes behind his arm. It should be in front of him, but it goes behind his arm, as you can see there. Now, that kind of breaks the illusion of the green screen. That's a good sign this whole thing is green screened. In other words, everything in the background, and including this microphone, is behind the subject. So, yeah, that's a good giveaway right there. Now, as you move forward, you can see there's a little roped-in section right here. And I believe that's an even a third layer. So you got actually 3 layers going on here. You got the background video layer, you've got the subject layer, and then you've even got another layer for the journalist or reporters, which are in this little rope section. So we might have 2 different green screened videos playing over the top of the original layer. So when he gets to right here, he would move right in front of this guy's back, and that would look really strange. And does he? Well, watch this. No, because they cover it up. And because this video with this reporter, it's inside the rope thing, is on a 3rd layer, they can slide that video in time to make it overlay just the right point to cover up the aberration of the subject walking in front of the background. Then you don't see any more of him until his head pops up right here. And all these reporters here are in the roped area, which is a separate layer. It's the top layer. So you can see it move through there. All right. So if you notice in the beginning, the subject starts about where these puddles are, and there's this little white thing here. It looks like a white marker, which kind of gives me a hint. That's the edge of the green screen right there behind him. And then the floor is also green that he's walking on. And if we look where he started near that white marker, we go back here to let's see, where is it? Right here, this guy. Okay. There's the white marker where, way back there, and that's where the subject originally started. So you can see if that's the green screen back there and this is the floor, then this guy is also in the studio in front of the green screen. But these people in the way back here are part of the background video, and they are not in the studio. So these people back here are in the original first layer, and they are not in the studio. That layer was recorded previously. When that video was recorded, this guy on the right here and this guy here weren't in it to start with. If you get my drift. And again, the shadowing all through here and the crispness of the subject here compared to the ground, where, you can take that into account. Now this is part of the original layer 1. They just zoomed into it at the end to get your attention off what was going on. And you'd be more looking at, oh, who's that? Who's that? Instead of thinking about the aberrations that we just saw. Another thing that happens, and I was going to say that these microphones right here are part of the roped in area. So they're on that last layer that's on top, the third layer. Okay? Now another thing you can, if you listen to the noise, listen to the background noise, you'll hear the helicopter running, but you'll see that the blades aren't moving. That's another indication. They've just put some audio over. Listen.
I've been talking with several countries already.
You notice there, he doesn't seem to be in tune to what the question is, and he doesn't ever really answer it. It's just screenplay to make the video. So let's listen to it again. But listen to those helicopter sounds.
I've been talking with several countries already. Well, I'll let you know that very shortly.
Okay, did you see there, when you get to this point right here, that blade isn't even moving. The tail rotor's not going, the main rotor's not going, and if you go far enough, you can even see there's no, exhaust or any air moving around it. You might see some heat waves or something like that coming from the engines if it was actually running. So it looks to be like they just added sound to the video. A little sound to make it realistic. There's that crazy microphone again. Listen to that helicopter. Yeah, he's getting ready to go fly on that helicopter, but the rotors aren't even moving. They didn't spin it up and get ready to take off, even though it sounds like it is. So that's my analysis. Leave me some comments under the video. What did you think? I did a good job on that? There's a lot of things going on here. You can also see if you look at these flags back here, you can see it's a pretty windy day too. Those flags are really blowing.
I've been talking with several countries already.
Yet when you look at his hair as he walks away here, the mics and all that, you don't see any wind. Look for the wind on this dead cat here. That's called a dead cat when you put that over a mic to keep the wind noise down. But you don't see any movement from the fibers on that or his hair or nothing's moving as far as his clothes. It doesn't look like there's any wind at all. So that's it. Thanks for watching. And as I say, this was Magix Movie Edit Pro Plus 2021. It's a great program. And you can get that from Magix Movie Edit Pro or Magix.com if you want to look into it. I think it's somewhere around $69 for a lifetime. You can just keep using the same one. So not a bad deal.